introduce you to our first guest speaker, Humane Party presidential candidate, Clifton Roberts.
Oh my gosh. So, I have to tell you, I just flew in from Sacramento, and this has to be one of the most energetic gatherings of compassionate human beings that I've ever encountered. So thank you so much. Listen, real quick, I know my time is going to be short with you, but first of all, I wanted to share with you that 22 years ago, when I made the selfish at the time decision to be a vegan, it was for my own personal reasons. I was diagnosed with asthma. And this information came in front of me that stated that the milk of a cow by genetic design is designed to turn its 40-pound calf into a 2,000-pound cow in less than 2 years. And that cow has 4 compartments in its stomach. That was so powerful for me, and for the first time in my life after 2 weeks, I was able to throw away my inhaler, my nose spray, my acne disappeared, and all of that. So I've been vegan ever since. My entire family is vegan, and I applaud all of you being here for not only doing it for your health, for the environment, but for the precious lives of animals. I really appreciate that. Now, what I wanted to talk to you today about is politics. 2015, I came across a political party doing a Google search. And what I searched for was political party, animal rights, equal rights, environmental protection, veganism, and I was doubtful. I thought to myself, there's no way a political party is going to come up that meets all that criteria. And sure enough, the Humane Party popped up. So I volunteered for the Humane Party, and I would say about 6 months later, the board of directors nominated me to run for president of the United States of America. Number 5, a kid born overseas on a military installation to a Korean mother, an African American father, would grow up and go to college and ultimately run for president. But what's more important than that, it was the first time that a presidential candidate, not hidden in its agenda somewhere, that believed in his heart that protecting the rights of animals was important, but publicly and explicitly stated it. So in 2016, it was the first time in U.S. history that a presidential candidate explicitly stated his number one priority for his platform is to protect non-human animals and grant them legal personhood and eliminate the torture, mutilation, and slaughter of all non-human animals. Now, thank you so much. So now we have a voice in politics. And I've been asked, now it's a very young party, you guys. It started in 2009. But remember, I'm just like you. I'm a vegan, and I came across this party. There's no ulterior motives. We do not accept corporate donations. And one of the things I've been asked over the years is you should run as a Democrat to give yourself more exposure. Well, let me ask you guys to do something to go home. When you go home, look up the platforms of GOP.org. And then go to Democrats.org and look up the platform. How many of you know what Control F is on a computer? Control F. Anyone? Okay, search, right? So if you do Control F on a particular web page, what it does is it pulls up the number of instances that word occurs. So I thought about it, and I kept wondering why people would ask me to forsake my values to run and be a champion and advocate for a political party who I thought didn't really care about animals, at least in their publicly published principles. That's what it said. So I go to GOP.org and I do a Control F and I type in the word animal. One occurrence. And I know it by heart. It was in reference to wildfires. That's it. It just said wildfires are killing animals and destroying homes. I went to Democrats.org. No references of the word animal in their platform. Not one. And at the Humane Party, there are 38 references to the word animal in its platform. So in essence, there's no way that I can forsake my values and fight for a political party that doesn't even care to mention the word animal. And I would ask you to do the same. When people are trying to scare you into voting a certain way and tell you that you're wasting your vote, it has to start somewhere. So that's what I'm here for, but more importantly, I want to thank you for your efforts in marching today for the animals. And remember, the Humane Party has actually proposed a constitutional amendment called the Abolition Amendment that wants to eliminate the torture, mutilation, and slaughter of all non-human animals and grant legal personhood to every single non-human animal in the world. So thank you so much, and I'm going to be joining you on this march today. I appreciate you.
Nice shaker.
Right? That's my favorite. I can't do the screaming thing.
For animal abuse, no excuse. 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 For animal abuse. No excuse 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 for animal abuse. Abuse. No excuse for animal 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 abuse.
Killing is no kindness.
It's not food, it's violence.
There's no excuse.
For animal abuse.
Flavors are excused.
For animal abuse.
Money's are excused.
For animal abuse.
Children's are excused.
For animal abuse.
Human slaughter is a lie.
Animals do not want to die.
Human meat is a lie.
Animals do not want to die.
Human milk is a lie.
Animals do not want to die.
Cage-free egg is a lie.
Animals do not want to
You
die.
don't stand up.
Speak out.
Stand up.
Speak out.
Stand up.
Speak out.
Stand up.
Speak out.
Walk with you and sing your spirit home. Thousand days, my friends, you will not walk alone.
Sofritas! Sofritas! Black beans! Fried rice! What the fuck you need?
Why do humans love dogs but eat other animals? It's called speciesism, and it's the root of all discrimination.
Oh yeah.
Please, I encourage you all, open your heart to all animals, not just what society dictates. We live in a time where we must examine our choices. We cannot accept what we are told is the truth. We should never profit from sentient living beings with a nervous system who can't speak for themselves. We all want to live. So be subjected to this heinous, systematic abuse that is well hidden under a pretty label with a painted picture of a happy, thriving animal. We have a moral obligation to speak out and educate our friends, educate our family, our community, educate everyone we know about the atrocities that are happening behind closed doors. We must defend the innocent. For every voice, their screams and pleas must be heard. of these gleams simply because they're out of sight. On the contrary, we must listen to the words of Leo Tolstoy. When the suffering of another creature causes pain, do not submit to the initial desire to flee from the suffering, but on the contrary, come closer. Come as close as you can and help those who suffer. Each conversation matters. Each time you speak the truth. Each time you speak the truth, you are planting seeds in the minds of those who are listening. Let's rise together, everyone, as a community, and commit ourselves to speaking the truth every single day. Don't find human lives.
Animals do not want to die. Animal abuse. For animal abuse. For animal abuse. For animal abuse. For animal abuse.
There's no excuse.
For animal abuse.
There's no excuse.
For animal abuse. Now.
They feel pain.
Just like us.
They feel scared.
Just like us.
They have families.
Just like us.
They don't want to die.
Just like us.
Their bodies.
Not ours.
Their babies.
Not ours.
Their friends.
Not ours.
Their lives.
Not ours.
Animal lives are their right.
We have just begun to fight.
Animal lives are their right.
We have just begun to fight.
Animal lives are their right.
We have just begun to fight.
Here today to challenge the current moral standard that neglects the injustices committed against non-human animals and excludes their pain from moral consideration. No longer can we turn a blind eye to the billions, 60 billion land animals and trillions of marine animals who we murder annually for our personal gain. Taste is a luxury, it is a privilege that should never override an animal's natural right to life and freedom. We can no longer shamelessly victimize the most vulnerable beings whose pleas for mercy we ignore in silence. What if it was your life that was predetermined and condemned to a plight of pain and torture? Imagine being deemed insignificant, unworthy, and expendable, all due to the body that you inhabit. Imagine if it were your cries that went unanswered every single time